what happens is they come together. And like my friend announced, there's a roll call. There's an attendance given. The Ganyogahaga, the Gayugaaga, all the nations have representation there. And then what happens is the elder brothers are Lunat Nawalud. They are the well. Okay? That well means that's where the issue is going to be introduced to them. They will be presented with, reminded of the issue that they come in together for. And they will counsel between the Senecas and the Mohawks will discuss how they're going to prepare the legislation, how they're going to prepare the body of information that they're going to present across the fire to the younger brothers, okay? They might take a little while, but they got to be concise. They got to be representative. You can't have no egos jumping up and down and giving their personal opinion. Their personal opinion has to be a secondary significance. So once it's prepared, okay, then somebody stands up. And now he's going to represent the Senecas and the Mohawks, the elder brothers. He will stand up and he will say, it has come to our attention that this matter is of concern to all of us, and here is the way we address. They not only present the problem, but they present some solutions, some direction of how we're going to deal with this problem, and they send it across the fire. So the Oneidas and the Cayugas are sitting there, the younger brothers, and then they talk among themselves. How do they feel about this? How is it effective among themselves? Okay, and they counsel. Then they counsel together between each other. And they may come to a conclusion. They may come to an understanding about, yes, what the Mohawks and the Senecas have told us might be the proper way we should do that. Except we might add on this particular point of view about the national survival. We're talking about survival here. So once they've done that, they come of a collective understanding close to unity of minds, then they send it back to the elder brothers. Okay? Then the elder brothers will consider if there's any additions to what they submitted. Then they will present it to the council firekeepers, the Onudage Aga. They've been sitting there listening to this discussion. They're with their knowledge of the law. They got the Adodaho there. They got the Nawiletu there. They got the principle, knowledgeable, procedural, and law. They are sitting there because of their knowledge of law, not because they know how to play pool or anything. So it's introduced to them, and they consider it. They consider it very carefully. If there are issues that they don't agree on, they could reverse it. They could throw it back to the Mohawks and say, well, you know, we've been listening to what you are saying, but you didn't consider this part of it. Do you have an additional point of view on this? So the process starts over. It's repeated. It's got to be a consensus of all the different sides. Finally, when there's a unity of mind, the Anadaga sa hadili howanat. Adodaho, the principal firekeeper will stand up and he will announce the legislative decision. Yeah.
Chuk to hada ne horo. Jawat to dead, Jawat got to hajet. Togo ni Jawat ni go ro, the Giji na ho, the Yato didi Wayon Dase. He's a young Katai Waga, Chuk ona, the Godius Rodianexum.
He's adding that the firekeepers will address the people that are gathered there. And he will ask, is the people here, as you have been listening, are you in agreement? Are you in a good place of mind about the decision? There is an opportunity for people to say, wait a minute, you haven't considered this. Or, yes, we think that you have taken care of this matter in its completeness according to our way of life and according to our survival and according to our well-being, we are in agreement. Then the Adodaho will address and say, it looks like we come to of a collective mind, and this is the way it's going to be. And he recites what has been, only what's been passed, not his interpretation of it.
Right.
It's very, very important that he's careful that he addresses it the way it was originally delivered. What it's very important. It crosses over the fire. Back and forth and across. That's how a decision is made. That's true for the 5 nations, but it's also true for the Kanien'kehá:ka. And each local council has a process of how to build consensus, and it always has to do with that fire. The fire represents the heartbeat of our people. Okay, so in Kanien'kehá:ka, we have the fire on one side. Somebody has a concern in the community, come in there and they put it in a well. And the well will discuss it, if it's important enough for the whole community. Or maybe you could take care of it just at your family level. It's time consuming, and there's a lot of love. There's a lot of caring into legislative building. The Haudenosuanee are probably, I would say, the best diplomats in the world. Diplomacy is hallmark of our conduct in our government structure.
Yo.